Somebody asked me the other day, I want to reverse sear, but I don't have an oven. And I actually thought that was a great question. Now, I've talked in the past about how you can do it on a grill. You know how grills have that second tier in the back? You can use that as an oven, right? You can put your meat up there, turn the temperature down low, and then remove your meat if you're doing the reverse sear and only doing it on the grill. Blast the grill up high and then put the meat back on at the end. That's one way to do it on a grill. I'm gonna show you right now how we do it on a stovetop. Same principle applies. I'm using a carbon steel pan. I've got this beautiful cut of ribeye right here. This is Better Fed beef, which is one of my favorite products. I've talked about this in the past. I'm not getting paid to say this. I absolutely love Better Fed beef. 17 family farms coming together as a conglomerate to really synergize on producing better meat, but also amplifying and promoting family farms. So love their products. Check them out, Better Fed Meat. This ribeye is beautifully marbled. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this super dry, right? So I got my pan right now on like a low heat on the stove. I didn't dry brine this. I would normally, but I just kind of wanted to produce this video pretty quickly. I'm gonna season it on both sides right now. I use kosher salt to season. I love those big fat granules. It's also clean, no anti-caking agents in there like you would get with an iodized salt or a lower quality salt. And then I'm gonna take this over to my carbon steel pan and I'm just gonna slowly cook it on a low heat until it comes to about rare. Then I'm gonna pull the meat, blast the heat up, and then sear at the end. So let's do this on the stovetop. I got a little bit of beef tallow in here right now, and it might be a little sizzle as I put it in, but that cold steak's gonna bring the temperature of the pan down. I know this is like a no-no, right? I'm teaching people to do things that I say never to do. You never wanna start in a cold pan, but just watch this one, okay? So I got this on a low heat. We're basically gonna just start flipping it on a low heat. Then we're gonna blast the temperature up higher, and we're gonna finish it at a high sear. The meat's gonna look gray. This is not gonna be pretty, but I think you're gonna like the end result. Let's say like every 30 seconds, right? And I'm actually gonna time it here. So now I'm gonna give it a flip again. Oh, that's so ugly, right? Just that microwave gray, but don't worry, we're gonna make it work. So go 30 seconds again on this side, and we're just gonna keep doing this low heat. 30 seconds flip, 30 seconds flip, 30 seconds flip. And then when it gets to really that kind of butt rare, that was a really weird analogy, that raw rare, then we're gonna pull the meat, we're gonna blast the heat up, and then we're gonna do a high sear on it. By flipping it every 30 seconds, it's emulating a convection style heat that you would get from an oven. You want some steak, dude? You ready?
No. You have a YouTube channel too, what's up, guys?
That was his shout out. He's shouting out his YouTube channel. I'm not telling anybody what it is. He plays Fortnite and he posts dog videos. Look, we got to pay for the kids' college, so if I need a new Mr. Beast here, then that's what we got to do. Come on, that was your promotion, big guy? Mm-hmm. What kind of content are you posting?
The Roblox, the baseball team, have the Yankees on it, yeah.
The Yankees? Who's your favorite baseball team?
Yankees.
Yankees, that's right.
Angels.
Yankees, Padres, Angels. You see, I don't know. We got him though. He's a Yankees fan. All right, here we go. Flipping every 30 seconds. All right. This is really raw now. You guys see this cut? See this part of the ribeye right here? That's the spinalis, okay? That's the lifter cap. Hands down, that's the best bite of any meat right there. Costco sells this as a steak because you can peel it all off the ribeye. You can peel the whole thing off the ribeye. If you see it as the spinalis dorsi, buy it. It's hands down the most marbled, delicious cut of meat that you can buy. I would say second to that, the most desirable steak would probably be the hanger steak, which is also known as the butcher steak. People don't necessarily market that one so quickly because it's known as the butcher steak because the butcher eats it. The butcher takes it. That one hangs off of the belly, off the tender, and it's just incredibly rich and flavorful. And now this guy's gonna probably overcook a little bit, but it always does, the tail on the ribeye. I'm fine with that. Look at it. Okay, so now, ready? Look at this. We're still pretty much raw. You can tell by the fat, right? The fat's not crisping up. Still just keep going. I'm gonna turn this heat down a little bit. The reason I wouldn't start in a hot pan and do it that way is for all the same principles that apply with a reverse sear. You're gonna dry out the exterior before the interior is finished. So this is just this like reverse sear in a pan. It's a literal reverse sear this time. 30 seconds, give it a flip again. Just keep doing it. Keep flipping it. So we're rare right now. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull it, all right? I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna let some of those juices come together. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of that fat out, right? Because that fat has the tendency to get a little bit bitter as it gets too hot. So I'm gonna just remove some of that fat. There's enough fat still in the meat that I'm not gonna add more fat to the pan. And you see, obviously in this carbon steel pan, it's coated on there, so that's fine. So I turned it off. I removed most of the fat, okay? I got my meat sitting over here. Got my meat sitting over here. Now I'm gonna blast this up, okay? I'm gonna get this on full blast now, all right? Bring it up to heat, another minute, get it on full blast. Now we're gonna hard sear this, and we're gonna do about 2 or 3 flips per side, and that's it. But voila, we're done. Finish it with a little bit of butter. I don't even have chives today. I left them all at the restaurant, so we're not gonna be going Chive Master 3000. Look at that, now we're smoking, right? Now we're going high heat. All right, so I did about 30 seconds, high heat, and see now we're getting that beautiful golden brown on there. What do you think, big guy? Stay away from the fire.
Dad.
Yeah.
How many people like the Yankees?
How many people like the Yankees? Let's ask. How many of you like the Yankees? What do you think?
1 billion.
1 billion?
1 billion maybe.
It could be a billion. Still doing the flip, right? We're still doing the 30-second flip. We're just doing it at a much higher temperature. Look at that. Now we're getting a nice sear on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All right, so look at this. You got such a beautiful sear on here. I mean, this is like absolutely perfect. It didn't run that much, right? So the moisture hasn't run out. Typically when you cook a steak and you put it on a plate, a lot of that moisture will run out, even if you don't cut it. But I actually think this way of cooking with turning and turning and turning keeps the juices kind of like circulating towards the centrifuge of flavor. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this with Vera sea salt. I've talked about Vera. Once again, I gotta be fully transparent. I do not have a brand deal with these guys. They don't pay me to say this. I love them because what they focus on is microplastic-free salt. I love cracking the salt fresh, so here we go. Just a little bit of salt on top, okay? That's it. I'll just take this, give it the slice. There it is, look at that. See that? You don't see the gray on the outside. Just the perfect temp. Slice this thin. The kids are gonna be so happy. Look at that right there. So you don't need an oven to do a reverse sear. You can do it on a grill or you can do it just on the stove top by starting off at a low heat, pulling the meat, bringing the heat up on the cooking vessel, and then blasting it at the end. Still produces a beautiful product. Same principle applies. And you wanna make sure you have a really good piece of meat, obviously, but it's the way to go. So, until next time.